Buenos dias, peregrinos. I am just outside of Hontanas. As you probably have already seen, we had a very long day yesterday. About 86 degrees Fahrenheit and 30 kilometers. And today, it's gonna be much hotter. It's gonna be about 95 degrees Fahrenheit today, 35 Celsius. And we have a 28 kilometer day ahead of us. So that's quite a lot. We did get up earlier. I got up and was out about, I think I was out a little before 6, just a few minutes before 6. And by the time I woke up at 5:40, there was only one other person in my room of 6. So obviously some folks were getting up even earlier. We all have the same alberga in mind, just before Fromista. Forget the name of the town right now, but so we're headed for our 28 kilometer day out of Hontanas across the Meseta. It's very cool this morning actually, and the walking is beautiful for the moment, but I think we only probably will have about another hour and a half or so before it starts to get pretty warm. It'll get warm fast today. So I have my umbrella. Everyone was very jealous of me yesterday in the alberga, and so I'm gonna have my shade going across this hot day, and I'll show you some views too. Last night when I arrived at the alberga, I guess it wasn't last night, it was about 3 or 3:30 yesterday that I finished the long day. And the alberga where I arrived, I had my friends who have been, you've seen a couple days ago in the singing that they sang a song along the side of the road. Toby from Germany and Theo from France and Monica from Spain and Janina from Germany. And so I sat with them for a good long while, and that was wonderful. And then we got to, there was another man there from Pamplona who had lived in America for a while. So his English was very good, and Toby and he were sharing stories back and forth of some of the festivals. So he was sharing with us about the festivals related to San Fermin in Pamplona, kind of what it's like to live in that town during San Fermin. And Toby shared this festival and ritual from his town or nearby town in Germany. And so it's really cool to get to hear some of these stories. And then I just reflected about how few traditions of this kind we have in the United States, and that ours are much more geared around sports and things like that, since we're just not as old of a country, and it makes a difference. And then after I got cleaned up and showered and everything, I had dinner there at my alberga, and they served paella and a very, very nice salad. One of the best salads I've ever had in Spain, actually. Full of vegetables, and had dinner with a French woman and a French man. The man spoke very little English, and the young French woman was translating everything at the table. And then the Spanish man from Pamplona. So we had a nice dinner through translations and hearing about the various walks. The French man had been 8 weeks already on Camino. He started at his home in France. So anyway, great dinner. And then I went down to the bar that was just down from Mara Belga, and I joined the group that I had met in Burgos. So Giacomo from Italy, and Nora from Italy, and Maria from Denmark, and Gorka, who you've already met on here, from Pamplona, and Marco from Italy. And we sat around for quite a long time and shared stories and talked about our day, and it was quite lovely, really. So really great community, great relationships. And yesterday I think was a very was a trying day, for sure, because of the temperatures, but I think everyone was very appreciative of what they could accomplish. In fact, Nora is I think 18 or 19 years old. In fact, I think she is turning, her birthday is St. James Day. I've been joking with her that she should be named Jamie while on Camino, since she shares a birthday with St. James Feast Day. But anyway, so she has a birthday this week. But she was just saying, you know, she was so happy to see what her body could do, that what she was capable of as she set out across this difficult day. And I think lots of people have that feeling as they start to realize. In fact, the young French woman who was at dinner remarked something very similar about her having walked this far from St. Jean. So, you know, I think people are at a point in their Camino as they set out across the Meseta where they're starting to realize that they can do this. They know it's hard, but really gaining an appreciation for what they're doing and what they're accomplishing. And I think in some ways, maybe the anxiety or the fear starts to fade for those who don't have injuries. Those who have injuries, maybe the fear is more. But I think for at least some, that anxiety begins to fade as they start to see what they're able to do. So just a few thoughts for today. Peace. Walked pretty long already this morning. I don't know exactly my distance, but I have spent actually a very nice walk. Had about an hour or so that I walked with Nalaline from Belgium. She's just stopped back there to change her jacket out as she climbs the mountain. But a nice talk this morning, and now we have to climb this. The meseta's very flat almost throughout, but occasionally you come up to something like this. Well, hello there, pilgrims. I am about 1 kilometer from our stopping place today, Boadilla del Camino, and it's been a hot day, 95 degrees. The umbrella has been an absolute saver for me. I really appreciate the way that's kept me cool, but it's still been a hot day. I drank about 3 liters of water. So one of the things that we've been talking about, a few of us, is noticing that even though everybody's very tired and you know, is having a hard time each day in this heat, long kilometers, long distances, our group, the people that kind of all walk together, have been remarkably upbeat. You know, they come into town and they're exhausted and throw their backpack down and say, oh, where's a beer? I got to get a shower or something like that, rather than, you know, cursing the Camino and wish they were gone. Something like that, which can happen sometimes when people are out here and working hard and hot and tired, and people can be hard on each other. They can be hard on this whole journey, but thankfully that hasn't been what's going around. It's a really positive vibe, and I think that's a gift that they are giving to each other, and I think some of those more positive pilgrims really help bring the beat up in that. So I would highly encourage that when you're walking Camino, that you even if you don't walk every day, put yourself around and make some friends with some people that are just ultra positive, because it's a gift out here. So anyway, I'm gonna just spin it around here so you can see the landscape on the other side, and I think I'll sign off for this walking day. I'll let you see a little bit of our beautiful albergue.